Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you some more spoiler coverage of the wonderful Vingolf 2 Valkyria Chronicles. We're seeing some more of the red military/nameless cards that are coming out, so let's just go ahead and dig right in. So right off the bat, we have Carissa Conson. She is a 2/2 1-drop that for red and 1 colorless and tap, you can search your main deck for a Regalia with total cost 1 or more, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your main deck. This essentially just helps you search out a tank. It's primarily used for a tank. I guess if you wanted it to, you could search for something like Excalibur X or Schrodinger for some reason, but most of the time with Schrodinger you want to leave it in the deck, so I don't necessarily know what that is for. But, you know, in sealed Vingolf games, this can be pretty important so you can get your tank before your opponent can. Then we have Margit Ravelli. She is a 4-cost 7/7. And when this card attacks, Resonators you control gain +3/+3, including herself. So she essentially becomes a 10/10 for 4, but only when she attacks, and she provides a field bump to your field. That's not awful. I wish she had, like, if there was a way to give her swiftness better, faster, maybe. But she's okay. I kind of wish her stats for a 4-drop were an 8/8. But again, it's Vingolf, so they're not meant to be the most crazy cards you've ever seen. Kurt Irving, 5-drop 10/10. He has Swiftness and First Strike, so I'm going to put that out there first. That's nuts. The fact that he is a 10/10 with Swiftness and First Strike for 5. Allosaurus right now is a 10/10 for 5 with Swiftness, and that's really strong. But then this says, whenever a Resonator that was dealt damage by this card is put into a graveyard, it deals 500 damage to your opponent. So if you have any kind of way to help Kurt, like, deal field damage, like using Blood-Soaked War Axe and stuff like that, and you can pick stuff off, every one of the things that you kill essentially becomes a thunder to the face for your opponent. And in a format without burn, that's actually pretty awesome, so I'm very happy to see that card. Then we have Imka, and Imka says she's a 2-drop, and she's 2-drop 5/5. Military Nameless. As long as you control Kurt, she gains +3/+3, so she can become a 2-drop 8/8. And as long as your opponent controls a J-Ruler, this card gains a Swiftness and +5/+5. What? She essentially becomes a 2-drop ruler killer in red. That's really awesome. That's a really cool thing. If I think that red, without having to play Blazer, like, you know, now you have a way to kind of, if you're playing red without Blazer, you have a way to kind of kill J-Rulers and punish them a little bit. So I'm actually pretty excited about this card. Then we have Frederica Lips. She's a 6-drop, 3/7. This card enters your field, gain control of targeted Resonator your opponent controls until end of turn. It gains Swiftness until the end of turn. Essentially, this is our little Dread the Fake Red Moon reprint. Only problem is it costs 1 more, and it has worse stats, and it doesn't have target attack. So I guess it's okay, but, like, I would rather just play like Valentina or like Priscia, or the new Priscia Valentina Shift Resonator, and just permanently steal it, than do anything with this card. Then we have Clarissa Gallahan. She is a 1-drop 2/2 who can tap, and Resonator gains Swiftness until the end of the turn. We saw the same kind of effect as this, I think, Lu Bu in Vingolf 1, so I'm not really surprised that a card like this came out in Vingolf 2. And then we have Courageous Stand, 2-cost spell-chant instant. Target Resonator gains 800 attack until the end of the turn. Pretty straightforward there, nothing really to shake a stick at. And then Large Explosion, 5-cost spell chant. This card deals 800 damage to each player and every Resonator. That's not awful. You know, if you're playing a control deck and you have an excess of will, just being able to go, okay, nuke the board for 8, and each player takes some burn damage as well. I mean, that can be something that you really kind of need, and red doesn't really have many field wipes. You just got to be careful when you use this, as you're not killing too many of your own cards. So that's all we have for today, guys. Let me know what you thought about these cards, whether you think they're playable or not, what decks you would see them playing in. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe as always. And until next time, this is DMO73 signing off.